So hi everyone, this is another new day with another new recipe, and it's going to be a vegetarian lunch today. And for that I have taken one snake gourd. I have cleaned it, washed it and cut it. And I have taken these beans, I've cleaned it, washed it and cut it. I'm going to make a fogard or a sabji out of this. What you call this vegetable in your place, I don't know. Here in Karnataka, it's called aurakai. It's a broad bean, so I don't know what you call it. So with this, I am going to make a sabji, and for that, I have taken about 3 tablespoons of grated coconut. I am using this one big onion, chopped, and I'll fry it till golden brown. I have taken these 3 tomatoes. It's equivalent to like one big tomato. Um, and so these onions and these tomatoes are for the curry. I'm going to make a curry out of this. So let's get started. It's a simple lunch. I hope all of you will like it. I hope all of you will try it at home. And again, I hope all of you will watch my whole video and like it and subscribe. Okay, so take care everyone, and just let's get started. So now I'll put on a pan, pressure pan. Into that about 1 tablespoon of oil. Then as soon as the oil is hot, I will put in my regular seasoning. I put in about half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. And into this I will I'll break just break a dry chili, a red dry chili, and I'll put it into it. You can use about 2 or 3 according to your taste. I'm using one. For me, one is enough because I have a little baby also eating. So I just broke this in 2 bits. There you go. I've thrown that in, and I'll just jam about 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, and I'll throw that in too. Just 1 or 2, I'll show you. See, just a few. I'll just jam it roughly. See, just roughly like this. I've thrown that in. Okay, and then into that I will put in my broad beans that I washed and chopped up. There you go. This is a very easy sabji dishes and very tasty sabji. Try it, you won't regret it. It's very easy. You don't have to cut up any onions, tomatoes or anything like that. It's very tasty. And while making it like this, you bring out the fullness of the taste of this particular bean. And then I'll put in some of my curry leaves. A few. Fry this really well. Hope you're getting a good view of it. And I'll just put in about 2 tablespoons of water. Just for it not to burn, I'll cover it and I'll give it 1 whistle. So there you go, I've given it about a whistle and it's totally ready. So now at this stage, I will put in about a teaspoon of sambar powder. Just about a teaspoon. If you like, you can use sambar powder or you can use chili powder as well. But if you do it just the way I have done it, you'll notice there's a change in flavor. You can sometimes make it with sambar powder and sometimes you can add chili powder. You can also add pepper powder. But when you add pepper powder, you shouldn't use coconut. So now I'll put in the grated coconut. Okay. Stir this very well. Don't have to cook it. Stir it very well. If you noticed, I've not used salt to taste, so I will use salt to taste now. Okay, I am using about almost little more than quarter teaspoon of salt. So you put salt according to your taste. Okay. You can also add in a little bit of haldi. You can also add in a little bit of haldi if you'd like. I haven't, but just a little. Just for the color. Okay. So this is ready. Our sabji is ready. And now I'll get on to the curry. So now I'll put on another cooker and I'll pour in about 2 tablespoons to 3 of oil. And as soon as the oil is hot, I will put in my onions, and I'll make sure that the onions are brown. So you should make sure your onions are brown. And after your onions brown, you will take it out and grind it along with the tomatoes that I showed you. Okay, there you go. So we'll brown these onions, and when it's nicely brown, we'll grind it along with the tomatoes that I showed you. So now that the onions are nicely fried, I'll take it down and I'll grind it in the mixie along with some tomatoes which I showed you. So while I'm going to grind the onion and tomato, I will just put in the snake goud and give it a slight toss in the oil for it to fry just a little bit. Okay, let it fry just a little bit. So now that snake goud is frying really well, I'll put in about a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. Okay, just a teaspoon. There you go. Stir that up very well. Stir it very well. Now I will put in half a teaspoon of haldi powder, turmeric powder that is, about 3 teaspoons of coriander powder, heaped teaspoons. You can put in 4 too, depending on how much a gravy you want. And then along with that, I'll put in about half a teaspoon of garam masala. Okay. Now I'll stir this all very well. Let the raw smell go. Let it fry up. Let the raw smell go. I think the oil is less. I'll put in another tablespoon. There you go. And I'll fry this well. Higher the stove, fry it well. Yeah. And then in the meanwhile, I have put on some water here. I'm going to cook my rice over here. As soon as this water bubbles, I'll put in the rice. Okay. So now I'll put in the ground masala, the onion and the tomato, the fried onion and the tomato. There you go. Stir it very well. Yes. And into the mixie that we ground this, I'll pour in about a cup of water, and I'll shake it up very well and take out all the goodness. Okay, and this is what I got, so that I'm putting it into this. Let's put in another half a cup. This too is a very simple recipe, a very simple lunch. Stir this all very well. Yeah, stir it very well. And you can add water as much as you want, like how much gravy you want, that much of water you can add. Okay, so I will be adding a little more of this of water, not too much, not too much and not too less. So just about another cup of water, that's it. I'm done. And then I'll throw in a little bit of curry leaves, which you know is a must. And then now at this stage I'll put in the salt to taste. Okay, and then I'll stir it well, and I'll cover it, and I'll give it about 3 whistles, and I'm done with the curry. Okay, so there you go. You can see the water come to a rolling boil. Here I washed 1.5 cups of rice and I'm putting it in. And as I showed you how we South Indians cook our rice, so that is how I'm cooking it. So I've just opened the cooker and this is how it looks, and this is exactly how we want it. So our curry is ready, our sabji is ready, okay, and our rice is getting ready. And I will also be making chapatis, because in my house I have to make, some people like rice like me and some like chapatis, so I have to make the chapatis. But as you can see, I hope you can see it really close. Okay, and at this finished stage, do add some green coriander, cilantro. Just cut it, wash it, cut it, and just put it in. um, I don't have cilantro right now, so that's why. Okay, so here my rice is getting ready. It's coming to a nice boil, but it still has to cook. So here you go, my rice is also ready, and I will show you how I'll dish it out. Okay, so my food is ready. I'll show you how I'm going to eat it. So hi all, so my lunch is ready, and this is how, these are my rotis, rice, and then this is the curry that we made together, sabji. Hope you're getting a good view of it, and hope all of you like it, and hope all of you will try this at home. Okay, so take everyone. God bless.